It's time for another episode of Reviewing the Library. Reader beware, you're in for a scare. For Goosebumps. Well, at least that's what the back of the cover says. Part of the back cover. So, this is book 1 of the Goosebumps original series. It's called Welcome to Dead House. And I read this in one day yesterday, and I actually pretty much enjoyed it. And yeah, I do know. Well, if you're aware of the Goosebumps series, they're basically just like freaking series of horror books, anthology books, horror themed for kids. So each book doesn't have the same set of characters. Now, this book follows the first-person narration. It's written in first person through the perspective of the daughter of the household of the Benson family, called Amanda Benson. And to keep it spoiler-free, they just moved into a new house, and they wish they were back at their old house. And because it feels oddly creepy looking, and then it's in a small little town area called Dark Falls, which hardly has any street lights for some reason. Sorry, my cat was messing around in the feather over there. And this book is pretty thin, like 120 pages. How much pages is it? Oh, it doesn't show. Oh, it does. 123. Not including the few pages after the story, which is just promotional stuff. And hold on, get that closer. The one thing is, her brother Josh is sort of a prankster. She would get her jump scare every couple times. They have a dog named Petey, which something bad happens to him, but yeah. And well, for this next section, the rest of the video will be spoiler-free territory. That section you just heard me ramble about for the first 3 minutes was me doing a spoiler-free version. Here's the spoiler territory. So yeah, we're going back 10 now. Excuse me. So spoiler-free. Here's the spoiler-based territory. The rest of the video is basically this. If you don't want to hear it, you can turn off the video and read the book now, and come back later and see what my thoughts are. So here we go. So, this is 18 chapters long. So, the first person narrator, Amanda Benson, rambling about how they got this mansion in Dark Falls from this guy named Mr. Dawes. And according to the dad of the house, his great uncle Charles left us a house in his will. And that's where the house is in a place it's in this little town called Dark Falls. And as Amanda is there, she keeps seeing these weird humanoid figures around the house. She's really concerned if someone's actually living there, so she goes up and sees, and there's no one there. Maybe there's a ghost there, or just her mind playing tricks on her. Eventually, Petey tries to run away, into the graveyard, and then they eventually catch up to him. And there's some other things, like they meet like a girl. They meet like these group of kids that they go out and play some softball. And but it's pretty cloudy out, but when the clouds start to disappear, they have to leave soon. They have to leave right away because they claim that it's slow becoming lunchtime. Okay. And later, they find out that on one day they found out that Petey's gone, the dog. So they tried finding him, and several days go by. And then they realized that Josh realizes in the middle of the night when the parents are out at potluck dinner that Petey's at that graveyard. That was because that's where he last ran to when they catched up to him, was the graveyard in the Dark Falls area cemetery. And so they go check him out if he's there. At 12 in the morning, they bring along a flashlight. Since there's no evidence of any streetlights anywhere in the damn town. So when they eventually find him, turns out he's not coming with them. Well, they also see this little theater thing below this big tree. It's near the cemetery, but we'll get to that later. And they find him, and he's going away from them. And turns out one of the kids, Ray Thurston, doesn't want them in the cemetery. And as they're reading some of the gravestones, one of them says, the kids they met that a few days ago, like George Carpenter and Ray Thurston, they were dead. They're basically ghosts or something. And turns out he tries to haunt her. Like she tries to possess Amanda or something. But luckily, Josh stops him by shining the bright-ass flashlight in his face. His face melts off. The flesh off his face melts off, and he just crumbles into a lifeless skeleton with clothes on. So, turns out bright lights, including the sun, was their big weakness. That's why they had to leave early when the sun started to come out. They can go out in the day if it's a very cloudy day. And turns out they find the other kids at the house when they're trying to find their parents. Turns out the parents has not come back yet. Turns out they're being tied up they're getting sacrificed to become like them, including Mr. Dawes, who's also dead, to the theater next to the cemetery. So they have to find a way to stop them. Turns out the sun's coming up, and so they have an idea to push the big ass tree off the ledge, so they can expose the sunlight at them, and it worked. It takes some time, but they eventually did it. Everyone dies except for the parents and the kids. They untie them, they pack the shit and get the hell out of there. But as they're leaving, a new car ends up in the driveway, standing in the middle of the yard. Well, first Amanda gets out of the car so you can take one last look at that damn house before leaving. Then suddenly, a new car comes by. Two boys about Josh's age jump out of the back. The parents follow, staring up at the house, and they don't seem to notice the other family, including Amanda. And they're looking at it and be like, "This is our new house." And they look at Amanda, and she's like, "We." It's like, she's like, Are you still?" And she's like, "Well," Amanda's like, "Well, I used to live in your house," which that's actually a common sentence, because the few kids who were turned out to be dead, lived in that house too. So, but they're not dead. So, Amanda simply says, "I used to live in this house," walks back to the car, runs back to the car, and they pull the fuck out of there. And that's my rough plot outline of the book. Sorry. Anyways, that's all for now. Peace. I don't know what my next book will be, but I'll find out soon. Anyways, that's all for now. Peace.